Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long boys blues, 1975. Using girls on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends used to bug. Long boys blues, 1975.
This is Starquake on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. It was released by Bubble Bus, which is quite possibly the greatest name for a software house ever. Just rolls off the tongue. Look up the logo. That was friggin' awesome too. It was released in 1985, and the bloke who wrote it is Stephen Crow. You can see his name down there. Would I say it's kind of inspired by Ultimate Play the Game games? I don't know. It's just got a very sort of look of Ultimate for the title screen, the in-game menus, and kind of the gameplay. Think Underworld. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, your peers inspire you. I didn't know this got a release on so many systems. It came out on the Amstrad, the Commodore 64, the BBC, 8-bit, Ataris, MSX, and there's also an IBM compatible port a couple of years later, as is there an Atari ST. So there's a 16-bit version of this. It's 48K only, hence the rather limited sound effects and background noise. I do apologise for that. And obviously the limited music. I bet back then the Atari ST would have pissed all over the IBM compatibles because they were pants, weren't they, originally? Let's press space so you can listen to the wonderful 48K music. Tell me there's not a charm to that, possibly maybe because you grew up with it more so than anything else. But yeah, it's a weird game. Well, it's not. It's a game that I find incredibly hard now, and found incredibly hard as a kid, and had no Scooby what I was doing whatsoever. But much like many games like this, that did not stop me enjoying it and playing it a massive amount. You've got all your usual suspects for input. So we're going to define keys and go with O left, P right, A down, Q up, M far, and Z pause. Like the fact that it shows me a keyboard at the top. So basically there's a black hole, and out of this black hole a big planet with an unstable core pops into our galaxy, our universe, I don't know, and it's going to blow up and wipe out everything, hence the title Starquake. So you are Blob. You are a biologically operated being, which is the worst acronym ever. Sorry, Stephen, but that is just a crap. You should have thought of a better name so you could have a better acronym. I don't know, maybe we all thought it was cool back then. Acronyms were and are still cool, just not that one. And you land on this planet and you have a certain number of time to stabilize its core by getting certain elements. And you do this by going screen to screen, collecting stuff, finding objects you can fly around in, replenishing your health, replenishing your not jumping ability, flying ability. It'll make sense when you see it. What do I press here? 0, start. There you go. Touchdown imminent, prepare for mission, Starquake, crash, bang, smash, touchdown, computer malfunction, because it's malfunction. That's my ship there to the right, that's me moving around. It's lovely graphics for 1985, and animation for a 48K game as well. Above, in the middle of the top bar, in the middle of the bar at the top of the screen, right, the yellow one is my lasers, so it runs out. The white one is this ability to, you know, propel yourself up to reach ledges and stuff like that. The one above that is my health. To the left of that is my lives, and you go screen to screen. So it's not scrolling, but it does play to the ZX Spectrum's strengths. Remember I said it's very Ultimate Play the Game, in the sense that, look at it, there is actually clash, but I do like it. I shouldn't be using this up because it does run out. It's got nice chunky sound effects. There's a certain charm to the graphics. They are nice for such an early game. Is that a core element, or does that just replenish my health? I could never tell the difference. Lots of games, even though I can't for the life of me think the name of any of them, took this style of screen by screen, you're a little robot type stuff. There's one by Firebird. This got pretty good reviews across the board. Your Sinclair put it in the 27th position for best ZX Spectrum games of all time. I don't know if I go that far, but then I need to see what's after that. That is, look, you have to press up to fly away in it, and then you have to press down and docking clamp to leave it, which you'll see why, because certain parts of the screen require you, areas, to go into things. Right, so press up. Now, your weapon powers up more, acts differently, behaves differently I should say, when you're on this thing, but it still zaps a massive amount of power that you will run out, and then you're basically defenseless in a game where you ultimately will get twatted in the face quite a lot because of the sheer number of enemies. But oh, and also your health. That's one to watch as well. But I don't. There are, like, you collect the core elements. You can carry 4 things at once. Presumably they're in that gap, or will be in that gap to the right on my bar at the top, and that's where you get the elements. You have to put the core elements into a machine or something. That will kill you. Look, I just thought I'd show you. Again, I know nothing. I don't know where I'm going. Unfortunately, I wanted to show you this game because, as I said, while I was crap at it, still am crap at it, I do have a massive amount of nostalgia for it, as do both my brothers. We played it endlessly, never getting anywhere. Although, Crash Magazine, I'm assuming it was Crash, one of the usual suspects. I want that. I need that. But it means, I think that's an important thing, but it means I will need... Oh, by the way, if you die, but you die with no energy or no jumpy thing, then you stay with no energy or no jumpy thing. You know, that white gas that comes out. Look, there we go. I haven't got... hang on. That's a bit pants. See, you can't do anything when you're on your little buggy parking. But yeah, you don't replenish when you die. I am lost in a circle, so apologies. No, why am I doing it the hard way? I might need to save that shit. But I just wish I could show you more. I did a gameplay just now, but I did actually get some cool, interesting places where I could do different stuff. See, look, I've got no juice. But I wasn't recording because, you know, I have moments like that. I've got a massive figure of 8 sense of deja vu going. Yeah, going on. To the surface, I say. To the surface. Anyway, I was saying Crash Magazine did a massive map for this. Maybe one of the other magazines, but I'm going to say Crash. And doing that back then must have been, well, it was very, very impressive because obviously you would have to take a Polaroid of the screen. Can't get that, Dave, have you not forgotten? I don't know why I talk to myself. Look, there you go. Is that the elements? Anyway, adventure score 4%, probably based on the number of screens I went to. Time taken, I died in 3¼ minutes. Core elements replaced. So, do you have to get all of those and dump them into a certain place? By all means, people, let me know. Because, like I said, I loved it as a kid. I just never knew what I was doing. Anyway, so you would take a screenshot, I'm all over the shop, I do apologise, of each screen you visited, and then you will compile them in the order and make a map that would allow people to, you know, like a double page map sent to the magazine, allow people to progress through the game. Unbelievably impressive. Time consuming, and yeah, thank you very much, Crash, and to a lesser degree. No, other magazines. See, you're probably getting a feeling now because I'm running across the surface of the planet. Oh, by the way, you Indiana Jones leap into the unknown so many times, and it kills you. But yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, see, did an enemy kill me? That's my score top left, isn't it? Not. That was something. Not a timer. Are we going somewhere? I don't know. I'd love to know what anyone else thinks of this game. You know, particularly they played it on another system, and did they beat it? Can they tell me exactly where I'm going wrong? Balls. There. Am I missing a massive elephant in the room or something that would obviously allow me to progress a lot further? All the plants in this. Shit, I wanted that. Look like xenomorphs. But as you can see, when I talk about ultimate play the game feeling to it, ooh, it's this constant sort of underworld feel. To me, it has an underworld feeling and vibe, and just stuff comes continuously. Did I want to go there? I don't know. I don't honestly know. I'm just probably going around in circles. Oh, that looks new. Sorry, I'm all over the shop. Quite a lot of concentration going on for very little achievement and effect. Why is there a door there? Does that do something? Where's the bird this feather came from? No, it doesn't. Unless I need or require a certain tool to do something. And no, I went this way. Well, there you go. Hopefully it makes sense. It's one of those games that spanks my ass. I've got no idea what I'm doing, no idea where I'm going, no idea how to ultimately achieve the end goal of stabilising the planet core. But even as an adult, more so as a kid, I just enjoy it. I think it's a good little show-off game for, you know, what the Spectrum is so good at, can be so good at. And you've got to remember, 985, still kind of early game. Oh, oh no, there's no point. You go in teleporters. right? Well, I have to go here to show you that. And then they will jump you to other parts of the maze map, which is very useful. Unfortunately, you have to get, and I don't know where you get it from. Oh, I typed in Quake, and it teleported me. I've never teleported. Hang on, let's type in. Oh no, it's 4 letters. Wow, I just honestly did not know that. I've just typed in Quake and it's bumped me here. But yeah, where you get the code from, I don't know, apart from your brain when you completely just make them up. Look, new part of the game I've never been to as an adult. Ooh, holy shit, that really made my day and impressed me. But impressing myself by myself is somewhat quite an easy task. Starquake on the ZX Spectrum. I'd love to know what you think of this game if you had it back in the day. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.